time that we have another class of geography. And before we start, I would like to welcome Mr. Nikirangan to lead us in a word of prayer.
Let's pray. Our dear loving Father, who art in heaven, thank for this time given unto us, as for the gift of life that you given and you allow us to live till this moment, Father. May thy name be glorified. As for this period of geography, Father, as our teacher is going to teach us, we may understand and we may use it as knowledge in our daily life. I pray thee in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And today we are going to discuss on how to solve NECTA examination questions accurately. And our concept or our question of concentration for this hour is solving a research question number 5 of NECTA 2020. And our question says, suppose you want to conduct a research about maize production in your district from 2008 to 2018, and your interest is to know whether the production has increased or decreased. Your plan is to consult farmers who are directly involved in maize production for the same period and visit the district agriculture officer for more information. Our first question therefore says, what will be the best research approach for your study? Our second question says, name the main source of data for your study. Our third question says, identify 2 individuals who will be respondents for your study. Our last question says, mention other 6 possible sources of research problems for the similar study. Now, before answering this question, you need to read the question again. If time allows, you need to repeat it for 3 times. Are we together?
Yes.
Why do you have to do so? In order to get the meaning of terminologies that you have read and connect the story of that particular scenario given. Then we go to solution, whereby our first question says, what will be the best research approach for your study? Our answer says, our approach that is going to be used is the quantitative research approach. Why? Because it's the best research approach in this study, is because it deals with the quantity in terms of numerical what? Values. Which is increase or decrease in production, of which has been the aim of our question as it has stated there when we were reading it. Therefore, it is important to consider whether the question deals with the quantity or the question deals with the quality. And as in our case, our question deals with the quantity, numbers. It deals with what? Numbers. Again, our second question is to name the source of data for your study. In this case, we need to be more specific because our question has explained clearly the intention is to get the number or to get the increase, the change through increase or decrease in production of maize in our district. Therefore, our main source of data in this case are the farmers. Why farmers? Because these farmers are the one working in the farms. They are the one on the actual ground of farming. They are the ones who knows whether the production went well or went bad. They are the ones who have suffered some times of unreliable rainfall. They are the ones who have suffered seeing whether production is low or delighting or enjoying that the production is how much? High. Therefore, these are important main source of data in our case. Our second source of data is the district agricultural officer, because he has the statistical details of agriculture harvest in the district. Now, if when answering this question, it's not so bad to put some more detail in your answers, because there you could have just said maybe farmers and then the district agricultural officer. But here you have an ample time of adding these little details. Remember, this exam won't come twice. It's just you are only examining your Form 4 exam. Therefore, it's not so bad to put some important details which will add you more credits. Are we together? Now, our third question says, identify 2 individuals who will be respondents for your study. 2 individuals who will be respondents for your what? For your studies. And why are they being respondents? Because they are the ones that you are going to ask them some questions, important questions. Are we together? Example, how competitive was the period of agriculture after the harvest? Example, what were the challenges that the farmers face during agriculture and so forth. Therefore, our first respondent will be the farmers, because we have explained previously that they are the one on the real field or on the actual ground who knows they are suffering, who knows the effort that they've been using, who knows all the inputs that they have struggled to involve in their activity of production. Another one is our district agricultural officer, because this one has been stated forward there on our question. Therefore, it gives us more confidence to mention the district agricultural officer, because as we have said before, he is full equipped with the details and the statistical numbers of the harvest in our district. Another question says that we have to mention other 6 possible sources of research problem for the similar study. Our similar study is what? Our study is about agricultural production of maize crop. Therefore, our first concept that we are going to highlight on as a source of research problem is the personal experience. Personal experience. Why? Because personal experience gives the an ideal of investigation. What have you heard about maize? What do you know about maize? That gives a researcher confidence then to ask some questions or to formulate a problem of this research from his own personal experience. Example, maybe has he ever done this kind of agriculture? Has he ever or has she ever heard about their parents or relatives complaining anything about agricultural product of maize or anything related to maize? Therefore, personal experience adds the value in a source of research problem. Another thing is the social issue. Social issues are like what? Because we are dealing here with agricultural, a product which is maize. Social issue deals with the people, welfare of people. Therefore, have you heard about people explaining or complaining about maize production perhaps? Have you heard people maybe talking about a certain year which was so much productive than other years? Have you ever heard of people talking about farmers crying that they have undergone loss, that they have given up, they even want to stop doing agriculture? Have you ever heard about the year, or have you ever encountered a year whereby the price of those particular maize products were very high? Therefore, those are things through which they may come in the mind of a researcher when focusing or when highlighting about the social society, so as to get the research problem out of them. Maybe there was a year whereby there was suffering from scarcity of maize. Therefore, some people had to be aided by the government or these non-governmental institutions, or other countries are dropping in so as to give aid. Another thing is the consultation with the experts. We have several experts around. We have agricultural professions or professionals. We have institutions which are doing investigation about maize production. Therefore, these ones can be good people to consult with. Therefore, they can give you a concept that can raise an issue for investigation, whereby consultation may give you professional from experts, because they know all the details, all the inputs that has to be used. They know about the manure, fertilizer, the proper ones because of the nature of the soil. Maybe the soil is too much acidic, or maybe the soil is too much alkalinity. Therefore, these experts have something to say about maize production that may give you a research problem. Another thing is mass media. We all know about the mass media, that there are internet and there are several websites, or there have been several sources of information from the internet. Example, we have Mila Diario, is it? Yes, one of a popular journalist who usually feeds a society with various information that he receives from the field. Therefore, a mass media also, by Googling, when you Google, you get a lot of information about any problem or about any issue that you can investigate in research. Another thing is practical geography. In practical geography, we are dealing with a lot of things. First of all, we are dealing with the map. Therefore, you might be in need of mapping areas which are producing what? Maize. Therefore, in that case, is a practical issue then rising there on as a research problem. But also on the practical issue there, you might also be involved to do survey, to check out how big is the size of the farms, of the local farmers who are doing agriculture. Maybe their farms are too small, or their farms are too big, and that's why maybe they're getting lost, or that's why maybe they're getting a profit. Are we together? Yes. In that case, therefore, practical geography is important. Also, practical geography helps us to feed in details about the quantity. As you remember that our approach of our research is quantitative. Is what? Quantitative. Therefore, that is important to consider. Another thing is the literature review. Literature reviewing also is important for a researcher in order to drag in or to get in a research problem. Why? Because from the literature, you can get various books explaining about production of maize or agriculture at large, or you can get any details from the journals, or you get any details from other research that have been done before. Hence, by doing literature review, you can get an issue that is important to investigate. Another thing is area for further studies identified by other researchers. Area for further studies identified by other researchers. You know, on the research, there is a part of conclusion and recommendations, whereby on the recommendation, a researcher may say something that he missed to do it because of his area of concentration. Maybe the researcher was concentrating on the price fluctuation of maize in the market, and then he missed something about what were the times that the farmers are faced, maybe seasons of low rainfall, and what did they do at that time, so as to make sure the production doesn't fall low. Maybe they had to apply irrigation, they had to do what and what in order to improve their agricultural activity. Now that, so to say, will add you some credits when you give these particular answers. Therefore, when you reach on the concept of mentioning on the research problems, how you can get areas that you can get research problems for the similar study, this is how you go through. And these ones can also be used for other kinds of questions. I think I've elaborated well. Now, up to that point, I'll need to get response from you so as to know that you are with me. First of all, I will ask, at the first question, which was saying that who will be the people to be consulted when doing this particular research? And we say the first person is who? Who is the first individual to be consulted? Yes, Miss.
We say the farmers because the farmers are the ones working in the farm and they are the ones having experience on different up and downs that they face, the low harvesting and high harvesting that they may face when conducting agriculture.
Thank you very much, Paulina. Can you clap hands for her? Yes, it's important to consult the farmers. And again, why is there a need of consulting this district officer? Yes, Nyakiragani?
There's a need of consulting the district officers because they are the agricultural supervisors for the production processes and they have the statistical data on the production of the maize in the years that are listed.
Thank you very much. That shows me that you are with me, and I really appreciate that we were together, and that's what we need to do when answering NECTA exam. Can we congratulate ourselves? Now, shall we rise as we wind up with a word of prayer from one of you?
Let us pray. Our kind and ever-loving God, we thank you for being with us this morning till now. Father, we have been with a teacher discussing how to answer NECTA questions. Thank you for your understand well, and thank you for we have learned how to conquer NECTA questions. Be with us, let our minds be open, and the thing which have been taught today, we understand well, and apply it in our daily life.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.